Hello guys, I just brought my day-old chicken. I'm taking it to the place where I want to brood the chicken right now. So I will need you guys to stay with me and follow me. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you people so many things, how to brood day-old chicken from the start. So let's go straight to where I'm going to brood them now. Thank you very much. It's not really easy brooding chicken, but it's a gradual process. It demands patience. You need to be patient enough with the chicken for them to grow. Yes. As you can see, this is the cage. I want to brood this chicken outside. This is my brooding cage. I know it's somehow unique because most people don't brood outside, but as I've been taking care of chicken for a long time now, at least for the few periods that God has helped me, I've been able to take some risks, and I discovered that even brooding outside is very good and is safe. So brooding your chicken, you cannot just come and put your chicken on top of your wood like this. It will not be good because they'll begin to pick these things. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get newspaper. I've already bought newspaper from the market. So the first thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to introduce newspaper as their bedding. Then I'll place these chickens on the newspaper. So stay with me. This is the newspaper that I bought from the market. So I'm going to spread it as their beddings inside the brooding cage. You are going to open the newspaper and place it very well. The moment you place the newspaper and you put them on top, you will see that they will begin to run around. It means they are comfortable. And they will not see any thing to pick on the ground. But if you don't put newspaper and you put them on the bare ground, they'll begin to pick the sand. Or if you introduce rice chaff or wood shelf into their beddings, they'll begin to pick the wood shelf, and it will not be able to digest in their system. It will now kill them. So that's the reason when we bring day-old chicken, we usually put newspaper on as their beddings, so that they can stay on the newspaper for like 3 to 4 days or up to 1 week. Then we begin to introduce wood shelf or rice chaff. So I'll be as fast as possible. It's actually, the breeze is blowing outside here. That's why the thing is just blowing. So you can put the paper for like 3 to 4 days. Then after then, you can introduce your wood shelf or rice chaff to the cage. So now the brooding cage is ready for me to put my chickens on it. So I will introduce those chickens into the brooding cage right now. Now look at the chickens here. So now I'm going to introduce them into the brooding cage. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. These chickens are wow. Can you take a look at the chickens? This is one of the best chicken company products. This is CHI. This is 1 carton. I'm going to introduce them now into the cage. Wow, these chickens are looking good. They are looking neat and well kept. This chicken came all the way from Ibadan. I ordered for the chicken yesterday and they brought it to me at Benue State, Makurdi to be precise, today. So I just went to collect those chickens. And as you can see, some of them have undergone stress because of the vehicle transportation, and you know Nigeria, we have bad roads. So those are the reasons. You see some of them are weak. But after introducing them into their cage, I will now give them glucose. I already passed through the place where I usually buy chicken medicine. I bought glucose from there. So I'm going to introduce glucose into their water as soon as possible. So guys, these are the chickens. These are the day-old chickens. So guys, the next thing to do now, as I've introduced my day-old chick that I bought, I just brought them. As I told you guys earlier, I bought this chicken from all the way from Ibadan. They have to transport it to Makodi and give it to me at Benue State here. So I've introduced the chicken into the pen where I want to brood them. Before brooding, I placed newspaper on top of the wood, so that, because if you don't place newspaper on top of the wood, the chickens will begin to eat some of the wood and it will not be able to digest in their system. So that's why most times we place newspaper on the beddings. As you can see now, the chickens are so excited. They are just running on the newspaper, moving around from one place to another. So now guys, these chickens, they have undergone stress. Even human beings said, if you are traveling from here to Otukpo, you reach Otukpo, you stop and take one thing or the other. But these chickens also, they've undergone stress. They came all the way from Ibadan, so they are tired, seriously guys. So I need to give this chicken glucose. I already bought the glucose when I was coming. This is the glucose. This is the glucose I'm going to give them, so that at least the stress that they have undergone, and some of them are weak, they will regain their strength back. So I'm going to introduce this glucose into their water drinker. I've already washed it and even dried the water drinker under the sun. So guys, follow me as I show you people how to do it. Now this is the water drinker. I've washed it, sparkling clean. If I'm doing my work, I always make sure that my things are clean, because these chickens that you see here, me, I call them as the butter chicken, because they are very sensitive, and any small penetration of disease or dirty to get them, they'll begin to fall sick and disease outbreak will occur and they'll begin to die. So guys, this is the water drinker. I'm going to introduce the glucose into the water drinker right away. I don't have I normally give my chicken borehole water, but for now I've been working since morning. I'm the only one doing this for now. I've not employed anybody for now because I'm still starting small, I'm still growing. So I've not gone to buy the borehole water. For now that I've not bought the borehole water, I will use what we call sachet water, but most Nigerians will call it pure water, but it's not actually pure water. The only pure water that we have in the whole of this world is called distilled water. This is what sachet water. So I'm going to use sachet water, and I'll dissolve the glucose into the sachet water. I'm going to raise it a little bit. I told you guys earlier, hygiene is the best for your chicken. If you really want your chicken to last, if you really want them to stay alive till the day that you want to sell, you must be highly hygienic. I'll give them the glucose for like 1 hour. Then I will now withdraw the water that I introduce the glucose into. Then after I withdraw the water for that 1 hour, I will now start. Before the 1 hour, once it is 30 minutes, I will give them their feed. Because as you just brought them, you cannot begin to give them feed immediately. If you give them the feed immediately, it will choke them, because their throat, everything is dried, so they need water. That's one of the reasons we give them water, and they have undergone stress, so we give them glucose. Don't mind me. We are Nigerians, so we always find our way around things. So this is the glucose. I'm just going to introduce. I'm supposed to use teaspoon, but my teaspoon, I don't know where I kept it now. So I've been doing the business for a while now, so I know the quantity that will enter a teaspoon. So I'll just introduce it into the water. I made the water small so that it will be thick. As they take it, it will work very fast on their system. Now this is it. Now this is it. I will still introduce extra water inside. I will divide this water into two. I'll introduce it here. I'll also introduce it here. Then the next thing to do now is to cover it. The next thing to do now is to cover it. So I'm going to cover it. So I'm going to cover it. Make sure everything is packing clean. I'm going to cover it. Next thing to do now is to put the water inside their cage, the drinking cage, so that they can begin to drink. As you can see, as I'm putting the water, they are struggling. They've been very thirsty. They want to drink water. So now, if you are giving them water, you don't give them the water and leave them. You have to stay with them. If not, they will enter the water and begin to swim inside of the water, and it's not healthy for them because they are day-old chicks. So you see, I just gave them the water now, and some of them are already becoming familiar with the water. The breeze is blowing away the newspaper, but I'm going to set it again. I'm going to set it again. Yeah. As you can see, some of them are weak. So those ones that are weak, you try to help them to drink. Like this one over there is weak, so I'll now bring it. So I'll bring it so that it can drink some water and gain strength. For those ones that are weak and cannot come and drink, you help them. You help them so that they can easily gain strength. Like this one had drank to a particular level, as you can see. Yes, as you can see, it's beginning to gain strength because I drink water. Water is life. So guys, one of the reasons why we usually give them good, as I told you people earlier, is for them to regain their strength. So I'm going to be explaining some things to you people. Now these are day-old chicken. The feed that we are going to be using to feed these chickens here are called super starter. It's a super starter feed because super starter contain more of protein, and these day-old chicken, they need protein to grow very well, both in size and in weight. They need protein to grow very well, both in size and in weight. So the feed that I'm going to be giving them is super starter. Any of the company of feed that I want to give them, whether Ultima, whether Supreme, whether Chikum, whether Vita, whether Breedware, I'm going to be giving them super starter. But for me, I like giving my chicken one of the best type of feed, which is called Ultima. Ultima is one of the best type of